Hey guys, welcome back to another unusual money making method. We got another cool one today. I'm going to do it a little bit differently though. Instead of just showing you guys the method, I'm going to give you guys a little bit of the history behind the items that I'm using this time to make it a bit more, interesting and not just a regular money making guide. So if you guys like sort of the history version of it, make sure to drop a like and a comment. If we get 1,000 likes on this video, I'll drop another unusual money making method next week. So hopefully you guys can reach that. Also, quickly, don't forget that if you guys have an unusual money making method that you want me to upload to my channel, make sure to send me it in a Twitter DM or a YouTube private message, and I'll make sure to check it out and upload it if I really like it. Anyways, today I have a couple people to thank for sending me this method. We've got Emil and we have King MC, and they told me about the Achy Tree Logs method. So before I start, I'm going to give you guys a little bit of info on the Achy Tree Logs. Achy Tree Logs were added on the 18th of May 2004 along with the Big Chompy bird hunting quest. During this quest, the logs are needed for Big Chompy bird hunting to make ogre bows. They look unlike any other tree in the game, and they produce the unique looking logs as well. The logs can be obtained one of three ways: from the woodcutting skill, the Grand Exchange, or Uglognar's shop south of Castle Wars. After giving Uglognar a Relicum's bomb during the Zogre Flesh Eater's quest, he will open a store to you which stocks 100 Achy Tree Logs. These 100 Achy Tree Logs in Uglognar's shop is what we're going to be focusing on. So it's very fast to actually buy these logs from him because there is a bank just north at Castle Wars. So the method is really simple. You guys start at Castle Wars, you run south down to Uglognar's shop and buy out his shop, and then teleport back to Castle Wars with your dueling ring, bank, and repeat the process. Now don't forget that with this method you need to have done the Zogre Flesh Eater's quest to have unlocked the Achy Tree Logs in his shop. So without that Zogre Flesh Eater's quest, he won't stock 100 Achy Tree Logs for you. The Zogre Flesh Eater's quest is pretty easy to get done. I know a guy who made a quest guide on it. He's really handsome and made a great guide, so I'll link that below if you guys haven't done it yet. But with this method, it's actually very cheap to buy these logs since they're obviously so cheap in his shop. However, the nice thing is that you make a decent profit off them on the Grand Exchange. So they currently go for about 200 GP each at the moment on the Grand Exchange. So depending on the price you buy them for, you're pretty much always going to be making over 170, 180 GP profit per log that you buy here, which is really, really nice. I already talked a bit about the method I was doing. Now in terms of what I'm wearing, I'm just wearing Graceful to help save run energy. Now you can do it a couple different ways. You could always, teleport to your house, and if you have a Rejuvenation Pool, you can restore your run energy there. However, that means you'll be taking a bit slower to bank since you're doing two different teleport methods to get back to Castle Wars. So what you can always do is just have a super energy or a stamina potion in your bank to recharge your run. This will take a little bit away from the profit at the end, but not too much. The Achy Tree Logs will pretty much make up for all the profit. I think in the 30 minutes that I did this method of just going back and forth, I think I had 2 full doses of stamina potions going the entire, or not the entire time, but I used 2 full doses of staminas, so 8 doses in total, which isn't too expensive. And then I used about, I think, 7 or 8 different Ring of Duelings for this as well. So obviously you gotta take away those at the end profit, but you still make great profit anyway from that. Now in total, I did not actually spend that money on the Achy Tree Logs, which is really nice. I tested this method for half an hour to see how much money I would spend and how many logs I could get in those 30 minutes. Now in those 30 minutes, I managed to get 1,188 Achy Tree Logs, and I spent 7,311 GP on all these Achy Tree Logs. This took 30 minutes, like I said. I wasn't doing it the most efficiently. I obviously forgot a dueling ring a couple times. That's just on me. So I probably could have gotten a bit more, but at the end of the day, still a decent amount of tree logs to get. It would actually be interesting to see if it's worth maybe staying more than 2 worlds and just buying out the shop every time. You may actually get more logs per hour doing that, but I didn't do it that much. But I do know that there's a lot of people who do this consistently for money. So if you guys have done this, let me know what the most efficient way to do this is. Now with all these logs, we're going to go straight to the Grand Exchange and try to sell them for some nice profit. Now I tested this earlier by buying 25 Achy Tree Logs, and I ended up selling them instantly because I wanted to get an instant sell price on these for 151 GP each. However, this time I wanted to leave them in a little bit longer and try to make as much profit as possible. So I put all these logs in for 190 GP each, which is a bit under medium price, and I just left them in the Grand Exchange, and after 5 minutes they ended up selling for 190 each, which is really, really nice. Now that put me at 225k profit off all those logs. However, we have to take away the 7k that we spent on the logs, and then we have to take away the stamina and the Ring of Dueling costs. So I'd say we were at about 200k profit for all these logs, which is pretty nice in half an hour. And if we were to do this consistently, we'd, make about 400k an hour doing this method, which obviously isn't the best. There's tons of other things to do for this method, but this isn't unusual money making, the best unusual money making methods. This is just unusual money making methods that can make you, decent profit. You never know. Anything unusual that makes you money in this game, I find fun, and you guys seem to enjoy these videos as well. Even though any money making video will piss people off if it's their method. Every time I upload a video, people are like, GF my method, I hate you. It's just like, bro, you were begging at the GE. I saw you yesterday. The log prices were actually up to 350 GP, I think a couple months ago. So it really depends on the log prices. If they were that high at this moment, I would have made probably a lot more GP per hour. But again, you always have to look at prices to see what things are going for when you're doing a method, because you can't always make a lot more profit than usual. Anyways, guys, that's it for today's video. Thank you again for sending it in, guys. I do appreciate it. Again, don't really do this method today. Wait a couple days, even a couple weeks until prices go back. But I was thinking that this is actually a pretty cool method. If you guys are totally broke, have 0 GP, but you have done the quests and you don't mind spending an hour just buying out this shop, you can make a 500K in an hour pretty quickly. So pretty cool method to rebuild with. And you only need like 15K, which is really cool. Even though there are better methods out there, I just like showing you guys these things, just variety money making, I guess. Just unique money making, which is why this series is called Unusual Money Making. Thank you guys again. Make sure to drop a like if you enjoyed the video, and I will see you guys next time. Have a good one, and peace.